WatchLive is a good tool for displaying plant and machine activity on publicly visible monitors or television screens on the plant floor. Displaying specific machines' bars on certain monitors is simple. First, click on a bar of any machine on the homepage of WatchLive. If you are not on the homepage, go to the top left corner of the screen and click on the ShiftWorks logo. After clicking on a WatchLive bar, click on Global Settings. You may also access the global settings by clicking on the gears icon at the top right corner of the screen, but the global settings can only be accessed when on the WatchLive page. From here, you have a few options, starting with the option labeled Fix WatchLive Bar. Leaving this option unchecked is the default behavior and is known as the rolling view, where now is always on the right edge of the bar and displays the last 24 hours of data. Checking this option makes the contents of the bar lock to a specific time of day with any duration up to 24 hours. An example would be to make the bar start at the beginning of a shift at 8 AM and end at 5 PM so the operators can see the timeline fill blue as they're continuing through their shift. This option gives you a lot more control over what you and your employees are seeing. Granularity is essentially the resolution of the bars on WatchLive. If you have the granularity set to 1 minute, the bars display the state of the input every minute, whereas if you have the granularity set to 5 minutes, the bars would display the state of the input every 5 minutes. In other words, 1 minute granularity adds more detail to the bars. This complements the concept of the value-added algorithm. To explain value-added activity as effectively as possible, let's make an example. A hydraulic press presses once every 2 minutes. The operator takes a break at 2 o'clock and then gets back to work at 2:15. The bar should look like this then if it's only displaying when the input is active, known as uptime. And if you zoom out to see a 24-hour period rather than a 45-minute period, these tiny blue bars wouldn't be visible at all. If we want to see what percentage of uptime is being reached, it's only about 20% when the operator is working. That's why ShiftWorks has a value-added algorithm that displays a blue bar when the operator is adding value and no blue bar when the operator is not. If the input is inactive for less than 5 minutes, then that is value-added time. If the input is inactive for longer than 5 minutes, then that is downtime. Because these breaks are shorter than 5 minutes, WatchLive should display the bar like this at a granularity of 5 minutes. If you set the granularity option to 1 minute, the timeline would be displayed like this. It's also important to note that the granularity option does not affect KPIs using the value-added algorithm because the granularity is only how the bars are displayed. The value-added algorithm will always use a time frame of 5 minutes. In summary, this is displaying uptime, which shows that the press has been active about 13% of the time. This is displaying value-added activity, which shows that the operator is working about 67% of the time. The granularity option makes the bar look like this when it's set to 5 minutes, or make the bar look like this when it's set to 1 minute. The granularity is only changing the appearance of the bar. It does not affect the value-added algorithm. If I toggle Fix WatchLive Bar on and make it only 3 hours long, it will zoom into a 3-hour span of time rather than a 24-hour span. If I select 1 minute granularity, it reveals all the extra downtime. The Zoom Page option does exactly what it says. It physically zooms in to make everything larger, or zooms out to make everything smaller. This feature is helpful if displaying WatchLive on a television on the plant floor to improve readability by zooming in, or to display more bars on a single page by zooming out. Finally, you can choose which machines are visible on the main WatchLive page by toggling their visibility either on or off. You can also click and drag on each machine label to change their order in which the bars appear on the main WatchLive page. To save your settings, go to Save Template, give it a name, and then hit Save Template again. Then go to Load Template and make sure that the template you just created is set as default. If it is not, click on Make Default. This is the only way to have your settings persist going forward. Save for this instance only is a way to try out and view your settings temporarily without saving them permanently. If you do make changes and then click Save for this instance only, as soon as the browser is closed or the page is refreshed, these changes are gone. If you do set a new default template, that will be the default when any of your users access WatchLive from any device in the future. This means it will be the default for your TVs, for your monitors, and elsewhere, so care should be taken when redefining the default template as it has a global effect. The Save for this instance only option exists if a single monitor would like a different temporary layout. If you would like to learn more, or if you have any questions, please contact us at info@getfreepoint.com.